Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy. Damn. Ba-ba!
Welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. I, as always, except for last week, am your host, the Angstful Vapor. To my below, right down there, is the one, the only, the lovely, the talented Fu Baka, and right down there to my left, and your left probably too, is the Voider of Warranties himself, the Master of Blasters 09.
Bunch of farts.
Slot.
Plastic, because when you got kids
and dogs
and dogs with
I broke
major
some
whips on their tails.
I broke some glass last night, let me tell you, Joe Rogan.
Many Shabbats.
No, the old actually, now that I see it, it fits kind of funny now.
Uh-oh.
I didn't realize that I think these glass tanks were meant for the NARB. So keep this. Where's my webcam controller tingy?
It's hiding.
The focus broken on my camera. Are you fucking kidding me?
Enhance.
Maybe you can use your
Enhance.
iPhone camera.
Enhance.
Yeah, I'm hotspotted on my iPhone right now, just to give you an idea of my internet search.
Can I get the chat link?
Sure. Yeah, not bubble glass, Tim. No.
But if you see, like, there's a little bit of a gap between the top cap and the glass. That I just discovered.
What? Sorry, I was sending Messy the chat link. What was wrong with your glass?
It's a little short in that it doesn't quite come up to the top cap.
Oh, you sent it in this. Cool. I had that closed.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, open it back up.
So what happened to your glass on your Narta?
No, then I didn't realize it was like the glass is also ever so small for the Narta. I ended up so I bought like a cheap 5-pack off Aztec of spare glass, and I broke 2 of them last night before I realized I should probably throw the Narba O-rings on. And then once I did that, it just went no bother.
Did I remember? Yeah. When did you break your TA glass?
I didn't break it completely. I saw another crack on it, so I was like, okay, let's just pull it off, and I did. And I ended up breaking more pulling it off because those stock O-rings are not great.
They're not
they're not very soft.
They're not soft. They work great for keeping it there, not so great for taking it on and off.
And this thing doesn't leave the house anyway. So yeah, are these O-rings looser? Sure. Could I? Maybe if I really tried one hand them off with my thumb, no. But I'm not a fucking idiot. I wanted to be worry-free about looking at cracks in the glass every time I vape.
Right.
And every so often, when I was refilling, there would be ever so little that would squirt through like a crack.
Yeah.
You'd see like
little seepage.
When it started seeping, that's when I was like, yeah, I should change this out soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brando, you also missed the bear sketch. I put the bear video back up this time because it was already there.
The chat link too. I need the chat link too.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I put it in the other. I sent it directly to him. Here, it's in there.
You always put it in the Zoom chat.
Nasty, that's pretty solid, man.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, hold on. I'll show it to everybody. You get it up, paste and go, and get rid of both BS's. There it is. 2020 stink, stank, stunk. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw what's on the top of the thing.
Yeah.
It's got a coroners. Yep.
Coronavirus.
That's actually kind of like, flaunting a little bit, right? I mean, somebody's kind of rich. All that TP. That's pretty serious business, even if it's only one layer deep.
No, dude, I don't care if it's the cheap shit. I mean, I use Scott 1000. Kind of right in the middle, softness wise, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like the excessively soft toilet papers.
So I am, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but first of all, because we're civilized people, not animals, toilet paper over the top, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if I get it wrong, to be honest. It doesn't bother me if I do.
It bothers the crap out of me. But I'm right there with you. I happen to hold the opinion that if you go somewhere and the toilet paper is dog shit, it's like what you get at the office or a hospital or something.
Mm-hmm.
That means they don't want you there. That means get out.
Well,
that means they don't want to be sending the plumber every 5 minutes to unplug fucking
who
toilets
wanted me in
because
the
people use
bathroom?
too much toilet paper.
You know who wanted me in the bathroom? MTV did. I was working there for the election. So there were 2 bathrooms we had access to. But because of COVID and everything, all the bathrooms are getting cleaned pretty regularly, but I didn't want to use the smaller one that everyone was using.
Yeah.
So probably at about 5-ish o'clock. This is before like election craziness ensued, but even after that, I'd go to the bathroom on the other side of the floor in like the staging area, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And that bathroom is great, handicap stall, soft enough toilet paper. So
They got different toilet
I may have
paper
even
now?
posted a selfie from that stall in the Discord.
May have. So I'm right with you, by the way. I think good toilet paper is one of the things that I will spend money on. It doesn't have to be like the a blanket or like terry cloth or whatever.
Hey, honestly, dude,
But
I'd bought toilet paper. Like I bought a 12-pack of Scott maybe a month or 2 before lockdown. When lockdown started, I had like 7 rolls, 8 rolls. That lasted me through the summer. And like I forgot who it was in our Discord. Like, oh, I have to go to get toilet paper again. Like, didn't you just buy some like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Like, are you fucking eating it? I was astonished how much fucking toilet paper some people use.
yeah, it is pretty amazing, especially
Everyone's
if
like,
you're,
oh, I need a bidet. I'm like, why don't you stop taking such sloppy shits? Fuck.
or make it work for you.
I'm just, I'm amazed how much fucking toilet paper some people use.
I
was like, damn.
think women and kids use a lot of toilet paper.
Yes.
So let's do it.
No, you know who I'm gonna type their name in chat. I don't want to call this person out.
They use a lot too.
Yeah, that's the person. I was like, bro.
You
Fucking eating
you walk
it,
past the
people
bathroom, you
actually
hear him going. You're like, man.
Dude, I remember my nephew clogged our toilet when he was younger.
Yeah.
Because you know what his mom taught him? Guess what? That clogs toilets.
Yeah, it do.
Fucking dingus. we don't got your fucking fancy Dubai space toilets that suck everything.
Yeah.
Goddamn, son.
So the stuff that I get and I prefer is a 3-sheeter. 1, 2, 3. Triple it up. If I can do that reliably and not get any blow through, so to speak, pretty good stuff.
Blow by? You got a little bit of blow by going on?
To be fair, horror, cheap paper towels are totally fine to wash because they're paper thin.
Yeah.
And they break apart. They break apart so easy. You ever like use a shitty paper towel to clean up a mess and it starts falling apart in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Those are fine to flush, but yes, good paper towels don't flush the Bounty.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's Bounty or Brawny or one of those ones. One of those ones that you can literally wash in the sink and then go back and do more cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want
bad
to
idea.
flush those.
Bounty has always been good.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep.
Like now that I think about it, because like you know how much like shit we talk about that's gotten shitty over the years. And
Yeah.
people are, oh, why can't we make them good?
It's the
Bounty's been,
quilting
like, Bounty
quicker picker
has-
upper.
Bounty has held it down,
They have.
and they've gotten arguably better.
I think those are the two that I still buy. I buy Bounty and Brawny.
You know why? You know what makes you remember how great Bounty is? When you have to buy the cheap shit.
That's right.
This is some bullshit right here, but I couldn't get any fucking Bounty, and it wasn't on sale. I ain't gonna pay no regular price. for
Yeah.
that shit.
No, I had to buy a case of that.
Maybe I should have bit the bullet and bought. Actually, no, I couldn't even get a single roll of it. That's why I bought this.
So I had to buy a case of that, or a pack of that, of the cheap, Kroger brand stuff, paper towels, just because that was what was there, and when everybody's panic buying in the summer, right? So I just bought. Okay, I needed some for the kitchen, whatever. So I bought a little pack of it, and friggin' it sucked. Like you're talking about, right? As soon as you get it wet and you start wiping down a counter, and just it just blows up everywhere.
Magic.
Sucks. Wait a minute, Josh, you've got a bidet and you can't spell it?
Oh, no.
Indianapolis Tim says, "Plumes of Hazard." Do you not remember Voop Life, motherfucker?
Yeah, that's right. I was going to
Tim,
show
I
it.
know, I know you've been long. I know you've been around long enough for Voop Life. So
I have never invested in a bidet. I'm not like morally opposed to it. I just haven't physically. I would think it would be quite messy, just with spraying everywhere. But I've also not used one, so what do I know?
well, like physics, there's concept, and there's practice.
Yes.
And there's peanut butter, and then there's the carpet.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I mean,
No, I'm actually like, if I've been.
you got to have good toilet paper.
As everyone update for everybody, Foo's gonna have better internet come January 1st because I'm moving.
Well, that's just like in like a whole freaking month.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, man. I see the light. Okay,
That's right.
talk about seeing light here. And so, yeah,
Right, the
my
lightning.
new place. Depending if it's not an old ass toilet, I would consider putting a bidet on it.
A bit.
A bidet.
Yeah, Tim, exactly. That's one of the problems that I think about as well. Like, because most of them, like, they have a wand or whatever that folds away. But, like, if
Okay, Tim, who the fuck do you live with that does that?
Hey, I've had some
Why would you think that we would live with?
I've had some aggressive poops before, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna be in Queens. I'm just moving to another part of Queens, one that's closer to Manhattan, and I won't be too far away from my sister for like a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's cool.
Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, 15-minute walk and you're moving in January in New York. I'm sure it'll be a lovely walk.
Bro, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hot flash. Bro, because actually today I did that exact thing. I went to see an apartment this afternoon, and then I walked to my sister's place from there. And it was like cold for the first like 4 minutes, and then my body heated up, and then I'm like, fuck. I like felt sweat against my shirt. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
because you're tempted to unzip, but you ever have like sweat go cold from the cold weather? And
That's right. It's the worst.
It's like when I go to the gym, and like my whole back of my shirt's wet,
Yeah.
and I throw my hoodie on, like this will keep me warm. No, I sit against, get in the car, I'm like,
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, the sharp-eyed amongst you may notice I have a different hat on today. It's a little bigger. But it's
yes,
big.
I don't see any sweat lines.
Yeah, it's a big single panel. It's a little bit poofier than the style that I like, but my folks actually brought it back from Ireland earlier this year. I don't ever wear it because it's been hot in Texas, of course, this summer, and it's wool. Like, it's a straight up wool one, so I haven't really worn it yet. So I figured I'd break it out tonight. Looks good. A little bit bigger than I normally wear. Which is impressive on my face. It's too big. It's a big hat. Music City vape sauce. Look at you, Foo.
Wow.
I thought I lost this shirt.
I need to get my drink. Hang on.
And then I was folding laundry, and then I'm like, okay, it was in this load. All right.
There it is. I actually do not have a Plume shirt on. I've got a Matt Cully shirt on. Look.
Yeah, this thing has been worn quite. That and my Ruby Crew shirt. I can't find any. I asked. I straight up commented on one of Ruby's posts. I said, "Can I still get one of those Ruby Crew shirts?" And he said, "You can." And I said, "Where? Please take my money." I haven't been able to find them. I never got a response on that, so I went to the Google. I can't find your shirts.
Well, that's not good marketing.
Like, what the fuck? I actually like it. It's not an overt. This is a vape brand T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but this one is. But it's a very nice design. You know, I still like wear this one. I actually wore my Gaslight 3/4 yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had that 3/4. That's right.
That's still one of my favorite shirts. I love that style shirt.
It was real thin and breathy too. I never got one.
But they're also warm too.
Oh, really?
Still a 3/4 sleeve.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a light fabric, but it was still warm.
Festy asked you a question.
Sorry, I had the tea going.
Who will you be giving to your balls to for internets?
What?
Verizon, I guess. Verizon's pretty prevalent in the area I'm moving to, so I actually forgot to ask the realtor this afternoon.
How much Teta Wham do you need for the Verizon Soul?
Did that today, dude. We need to rip that one. We haven't played that in forever.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Remind me to do that later.
So, I had a bit of outdoor fun today with a Ditch Witch.
Ooh, Ditch Witch.
Yeah.
That is a machine that I have never used personally.
Yeah, well, they make a bunch of different, but I ended up I've been needing some dirt, some fill dirt for the side of my house because Florida fucking rains, shit turns into swampland. North side of the house hardly ever gets any sun, so obviously there's going to be some wet area over there. Well, dirt's not cheap, and good clean fill dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'd been eyeing maybe getting a dump truck load dumped out. Well, my neighbors decided to build a pool. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, can I get some of that dirt?
Yeah.
And they're like, hell yeah. So I had the fucking dudes that were loading up the dump trucks just dump 2.5 bucket loads on the driveway. Man, I'm glad.
Got my hopes up.
I'm glad I got that mini skid steer because I've moved 2 pickup truck beds full of fill dirt before, and that's not fun. It takes a long time.
Yeah, it does.
Unloading it all via shovel, putting it in a wheelbarrowing it all the way around the house, dumping it, bringing your ass back,
spreading it with a shovel. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that because I had no idea who you were talking about, Josh. You said watching Mr. Sexual Predator and you don't know Nick again. He needs to go away. I didn't know you were talking about. I was like, you talking about Matt? I don't think Matt's a sexual predator.
No, he's just looked like one at times, maybe.
Well, he had the little skinhead thing going on for a while.
The skinhead with the tights, it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, those tight jeans and Crocs he was rolling around with for a while. That was a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was not okay.
Festy said, I'm really glad the 3/4 was clarified. I was thinking crop top, and that was not good. Festy, you would rest your head on this fuzzy tummy, okay? Don't hate. You would. And you would fucking sleep on it.
Like a bar skin rug. That's big bar.
That's a big bar. Oh, Ahmed, can you find the picture that Rian sent of the of the Nike's the Nike's version of the ice cream. Did you see that?
No.
All right, I gotta find it.
I'll probably remember when you post it, but I don't remember. He posts so much shit, dude. It's hard to keep up.
I know.
He just vomits in chat.
Oh, Addy, he is not well. So, whatever thoughts and prayers you guys want to offer up, he's not doing too hot right now. No, it's not the vids, but he is quite sick.
Oh, no.
The hat in reverse does not look good. It's got a real tall.
It's too bad.
Yeah, it's got.
You look like a cab driver.
Yeah.
You look like a limo driver.
It doesn't look right. It's not that style. And I'm definitely one to flip my hat around. Like I'll go.
No, if you're gonna wear your hat backwards, you're gonna
hats,
need
but
a
not
thumb
this
ring with that too.
Yeah, not this guy.
Like how
Also, I mean, I'm sure it might thin out some once you break it in.
It might be a bit. Kasa facelift. Hold on. Gotta click on that. Oh shit. Thank you, Festi. Or thank you, Addy. I didn't know they had a facelift. Hold on, I'll share it for everybody. Everybody in class. Doot.
Angsty, see if
Fun night ahead
you
of me because
see if you can click on that, Angsty, in chat.
Look at that. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do it in just a moment.
Yep.
I'm looking at the Kasa face look. It looks like they applied a new theme or something because that looks great.
oh, this I remember this.
Yeah. These are I worked on these.
Still handling volley. I don't blame them. They got to. I got it. That's what I love about freaking Kasa. Just info dump. All right. So let me go back to us, and then let's see if I can see this peak jars. I can see this peak jars. Let me share it for the class. I actually haven't even looked at it yet. And boop. And that's not what it was. That's not what it was. Why didn't it copy? I tries again. Chunky Donkey.
Yeah. That was a collab.
Nice. Got some matching socks. Is that foot balm up in the upper left-hand corner?
Welcome.
Our beloved Nike.
I would love to see Mass in some chunky donkeys.
Nope. Oh, can we do a RIP and PP for the beloved Arecibo dish that grenaded itself finally?
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, 007.
I did see that.
Yeah. More like bum 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 bum. Dude. Yeah.
Let's see. Eddie's talking about following Danielle Jones. Sure. That is a very complicated Twitter handle. It's Rubber Ducky, you're the one, but it's RUBR. And then you're the one, and you are the number one.
Ooh. Wait, why is that handle sound? Whose handle is that?
That's Danielle.
Oh, right.
Nobody's asked yet, but they might want that picture. Do you have that picture handy?
What picture?
About the 007 dish.
Oh, yeah. Here. Here is
useful, so that way they know what to talk about. Because I saw it, but
yeah. Here is the link. This is what it looks like now, after the tower finally fell all the way through.
Oh, right. The golden eye satellite.
All right,
Yep.
my screen share. There it is. Everybody can see it.
And
For England, James.
this is how.
I'm surprised that that tower fell and that it messed it up like that bad. I mean, it's
Well,
not like they're.
it had already sustained damage, and it was hard to fix. So this is it in all its glory.
Huh.
But it had already had some damage before, and see here's
Is this before? After?
here
Before?
is yeah.
After.
So here's an article from November 19th. Okay. It said the iconic Arecibo telescope faces an imminent catastrophic collapse. Engineers are now racing to deconstruct it. Radio antenna platform could collapse catastrophically, failing into the facility's 1,000-foot wide dish. The observatory, one of the world's most iconic observatories, has fallen apart beyond repair. Now it threatens to collapse entirely. Following two unexpected cable breaks, engineers have determined that the observatory's 1,000-foot, 305-meter radio telescope is so structurally unsound that any workers who try to fix it would risk their lives to do so. The National Science Foundation, which owns the Puerto Rican telescope, has decided to decommission it. Now engineers are racing to figure out how to safely deconstruct one of the world's largest radio telescopes before it collapses on itself. The structure is so unstable that engineers can't even approach it to evaluate the risk timing such a collapse. This is on the 19th. So even attempts at stabilization or testing the cables could result in accelerating the catastrophic failure. And here is, I don't know if you can see this image. This was one of the 1,000-foot wide, or the hole in the 1,000-foot wide reflector that happened on August 10th when a cable fell. And then in early November, just before the repairs were set to begin, a 15,000-pound main cable from the same tower broke and crashed into the dish. The engineers had thought the structure was still strong enough to avoid second disaster, and this cable was carrying just 60% of its estimated load. But the failure proved them wrong. They decided they could no longer trust any of the remaining cables. So that is what happens when you have a lot of hurricanes hit it. A lot of no maintenance. There's a lot of maintenance that wasn't happening, and they're saying the U.S. has lost its best asteroid hunter and alien seeker.
Yeah, I would think so.
So,
I mean, because it hasn't. I mean, if it's not been manned and maintained for this whole time, the jungle's going to reclaim it, right?
Yep.
Good going.
Yeah, see, it says if engineers can take apart the telescope before it destroys itself, the observatory would still be able to conduct some scientific research. Its LIDAR lasers can study Earth's upper atmosphere and lithosphere. It also has a facility on another island that collects data on cloud cover and precipitation. But as we know, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because it grenaded itself.
It is funny how fast something like that goes back to nature, right?
Yep.
I mean, I saw a thing. God, this was years ago. It was like something like back when Wired was like a good magazine. They had, I think it was Wired. They had this long article with a series of steps, X number of years after some sort of catastrophic world event.
Yeah.
Where, like most people are dead and that kind of thing. So like what would happen to, for example, cities.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember seeing something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what publication it was. I don't know why it stuck out in my head, but whatever, maybe it was Popular Science or something like that. But whatever it was to me very interesting. If that is accurate, and I have no reason to believe it's not, especially looking at something like that's not been abandoned for that long. It was shocking how fast a city was just reclaimed. I mean, and you'd think you wouldn't think concrete and asphalt and
right
all these things would.
Oh, dude.
Would stand up to plants.
The constant maintenance that goes on, people don't know.
Yeah, dude, by me, like the part of Queens I live in, there are still a fuckload of old trees, right? It's a
Yeah.
less developed part of Queens versus like it's it's very suburby feeling, and so everywhere I walk, dude, at night, sometimes I gotta throw the fucking flashlight on. You know why? Because I'm gonna be walking, and the sidewalk is gonna be like fucking that,
Yeah.
or like a fucking ramp because all the old ass trees and shit that are just
Yeah.
and that shit just maintained over years and years and years. But roots don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm going that
Tree
way.
roots don't.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some space here. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, there's a sidewalk in the way. All right, knock, knock, motherfucker.
That's fine. Yeah. For sure.
That happened in the backyard of my house.
Mm.
The longest time, the grass right off the end of the patio was like a strip, always smooth. In the last 5 or 6 years, a fucking root started sticking up, and I fucking tripped over it when I was walking through. Never was there prior, and it's just like, hey, what's that fucking meme with the panda bear sticking out of the hole? Bonjour.
Yeah.
That was a fucking root that tripped me.
Or yeah, if you're south of the Mason-Dixon, kudzu will definitely take over down that way, for sure. Florida will be kudzu land.
Yep.
Alabama, South Georgia, Mississippi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like New York City, Long Island, dense forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they started cutting funds to it a while back, and then
Oh, well, shit.
yep.
Yeah, you're right. Tim just said, look at the town around Chernobyl, and that's certainly true as well. Like that whole area, I mean, there's whole like amusement parks and all that kind of junk, right? That's all like some of the skeletal remains of that kind of stuff is still there for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of it has been reclaimed just by wildlife. Now, obviously, Chernobyl has some radioactive problems as well with the wildlife and stuff. But even that, there's something like I remember seeing something about
they adapt.
There was like radioactive wolves and some sort of deer or elk or something like that were like the ecosystem was like booting back up, even though these things were still suffering from a lot of fallout.
Oh yeah, the mutations and shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of fallout stuff happening, but nature was still trying to heal itself, and it was doing a pretty damn good job.
Who here's played Metro Last Light? I mean, come on. No, that's what I mean is that like human in the game, you can go out on the surface, but you need to like constantly change out your air filters and shit because it's so radioactive. But there's like wildlife out there, but everything, fucking dogs are mutated and they're beasts now because fucking radiation.
Yeah.
Yep.
We suck. Like animals, the world around us adapts.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right?
Yeah.
We're too squishy.
We are quite squishy as an animal for sure.
Lots of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're mostly water. The world gets flooded. Only really like what 30% of you is actually swimming, right?
If you're lucky, it's a fatty.
That,
50%.
Yeah.
that was an old Tom Green line. If you remember, he swam across Lake Washington.
No, I don't.
He gave a press conference, and he's like, they say, the scientists say your body is only about 70% water, which means only 30% of me is actually swimming. This is like in front of the fucking press. He says this shit. He swam it.
Good for him. That's not a small lake either.
No, he actually like trained for it. Like it just like his physical demeanor makes you think he couldn't pull off a physical feat, which was kind of what made it even better. But
Yeah.
he actually like trained for it.
Would you like some sausage?
Daddy, would you like some sausage? What was the... I actually saw him not too long ago. It was like a year or two ago. All of a sudden he had a new show or something. I saw him like out of nowhere. Friggin' Tom Green like just cropped up.
I mean, for him, it was like, yeah, he fell out of the spotlight. He just going back what made him famous in the first place, which was the internet.
Yeah.
It worked out for him. He's kind of just been around.
Right.
He's a pretty hella skateboarder too, if you remember. I think Tony Hawk was on an episode.
Church just went exactly where I was gonna go a minute ago. Except for he forgot ugly. Ugly bags of mostly water. This is a good Star Trek line. That's good. That was a good episode. Man, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
was actually just talking about. I mean, my brother's been rewatching DS9. So we're having a discussion about it.
Yeah.
I was like, honestly, now that I think about it, it really is the best series. It really is.
Yeah, you think it was the best one?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like what I mean, obviously it's also subjective in terms of what you expect or what you hope to see out of a Star Trek series, but you learn a lot about the various peoples in DS9. There's actual character development. You learn a lot more about Worf. A lot more. Like you learn a lot about the Klingons and their shit.
Yeah.
You learn about the Cardassians. You learn about the Ferengi.
Yep.
You learn about the Bajorans and all that shit. It was more, I guess, yeah, it was more substantive content. I mean, because I feel like even the shit episodes of DS9 had something in it to tie it to the main story. Whereas like Next Gen, which I love and adore, is like 5-6 bullshit episodes. And it's like, okay, Q. You know?
Yeah,
it's
I'll
like
give you that.
5-6 episodes, bullshit. It's like Romulans, Neutral Zone, awesome, right? But it was just there was too much filler, too many filler episodes. And it's like, everyone's lost in time again. Everyone needs to figure out their shit. Time episodes.
Q showed up. Everything's wacky.
But there was like yeah. So there was more of like a serious angle to DS9. I liked it from that perspective, and I think as a television show, I think it was better than all the others. I think it refined itself.
I'm trying to remember the captain's name.
Oh, Cisco.
Cisco, that's right. It had to be something simple. I couldn't remember what it was. He was a good character. I liked homeboy from Mr. Belvedere, Odo, right? The shapeshifter guy.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Odo.
That's right. And
I'm sorry that I compared Bruce Jenner to you, but goddamn, he looked like you. Still kind of looks like you.
Yeah. Well,
Yikes. It's not right.
Anyone in that chat who's watching DS9 is laughing their ass off right now, okay? You're welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's funny. I say anyone who kind of has like that clayish looking face.
Yeah.
Like Odo.
Yeah. He did.
Like you're gonna melt if you go out in the sun.
He
melted one episode.
He had a very unusual makeup in that particular show. What was the?
I mean,
it wasn't the Bajorans. It was what were the ones that had the other? They were the symbiote one, right?
Fuck.
With the pretty girl with the freckles on her neck.
Yes, fucking fuck. I forget her name. They had this too, right?
Yeah. Like it went like here and then down her neck or something, right?
Yeah, she was hot, if I remember.
Yeah, if I remember right, she was quite pretty. It's been many, many years since I watched Deep Space Nine for sure. Maybe I should give that a whack again.
I'm literally looking up DS9 forehead freckles.
DS9 forehead.
Forehead freckles. I bet it comes right up.
Got that guayul tattoo tattooed on your forehead.
The Trill. Scott got it.
Trill, yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Dax. Yeah, that's right. Can we start talking about Monty Python yet? Yeah, we could.
I mean, I'm not as I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as big on Monty Python as everybody else. I mean, I don't like it. It's just I don't throw it out like a Coming to America is my Monty Python, right?
It's hard to argue with that. It's Coming to America is
I'm just like, it's just like, Monty Python's not like my thing. I throw out quotes from.
Yeah.
Not often, anyway.
I was just explaining that to some children recently. Monty Python. They're like, what is Monty Python? I'm like, well, like King Arthur, right? You know that story? And they're like, yeah. I said, well, think about if King Arthur was, running around the forest with like his manservant behind him with 2 halves of coconuts doing this, and he was just like going around. And of course I demonstrated it, and they thought it was the funniest thing they've ever seen. They're like, I would need to see that. I'm like, it's really good. But then I remembered the is it it's not Sir Robin. Who has to go to the to the castle with Zoot and all the sisters? Oh God. It wasn't Sir Robin. It was one of the other guys. Chad will help me out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
help on
there's
this
that
matter.
one where all the virgins that are hot and bothered. Now I can't remember which which one it was. So besides that scene, it's probably a fine movie to show somebody that's young, but I was like, I might have to figure out how to cut that part out. I just had a sudden panic. I was like, wait a minute, am I still showing the dish? Or did I remember to go back to the chat? I did. All good. All right, hold on. Castle Anthrax. Sir Galahad. Oh yeah, the Chaste. That's right. It doesn't say that in the wiki that just came up, but I remembered Sir Galahad the Chaste. Yes. That whole scene needs to go, showing to a kids, I think. Yes. Your mother was a hamster. Your father smelt of elderberries. Now, the only problem with that is I think most kids would probably get like a quarter of the jokes, maybe, because it's so dialogue based and fast. Like, surely it would be missed. I don't know. I've never watched it with any young ones before, but I have to think that it would be less funny to someone who's not. Yeah, most women definitely do not get it, Fessy. That is patently true. Because I've got a geeky sister, like a quite geeky sister, and quite smart, and should enjoy something like that if anybody was going to. And she's like, it's funny, but it's not like, hilarious.
My English history professor, big Monty Python fan. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I only know like a few females, but you know what? That is more females I know that get that than females I know that find Beavis and Butthead funny. My sister is literally the only woman I know who will laugh at Beavis and Butthead that I know of.
Huh. That's true.
Think about
I don't
it.
think I've ever tried.
Between that and Dumb and Dumber, again, my sister's the only person I know that finds both of the above funny.
That's true. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched Beavis and Butthead. Well, A, myself in 20 years, but B, with a girl. That's probably true. I could see that. That's probably true.
Damn, man. So long as like farts and dick jokes are funny, patriarchy will live on, my man.
Yeah, Fezzi, how do you know he's a king? He hasn't got shit all over him. Yeah, I was just lamenting to somebody the other day that I heard a while back that the Germans episode of Faulty Towers was apparently stripped from canon, which is too bad because it was a hilarious episode.
Well, I mean, I think I was talking about this previous, but I'm like, yeah, I grew up watching The Cosby Show, and I'm like a little bit upset that I can't watch the reruns anywhere.
That's probably true.
I'm just like, the show's still fucking hilarious, and arguably some moments are even funnier because they age like milk. Come on.
Yeah.
His fucking, oh god. There was that one scene where they're doing the pasta sauce. Go watch that shit. It's hilarious. We can't show it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Would love to.
Church just said that Mike Judge is working on a new Beavis and Butthead series, which I did not know.
Really?
I mean, they did reboot it, and it was funny. It just didn't catch on. I think it was strictly a timepiece. I mean, like, only fans then were watching now, and I think it was a perfectly modern take because they were watching Jersey Shore and shit, and I found it hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't be watching MTV because they used to be watching that, and it was music videos.
Now they're watching reality TV, and they're like talking about the characters involved, like, they actually have a stake in the matter. It's hilarious. So, I mean, yes, was I watching Jersey Shore at the time? You bet your ass. It just made it better.
I would imagine it has to. Can't make it much worse.
More hair gel.
I was going to mention that something that I've been doing over the last few days. By the way, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. That happened.
Oh, yeah. By the way, sorry we missed last week. That was me on a plane going to visit my family. and I had a great time. But since I've been back, and before that as well, I've been playing Hades, which a lot of the streamer guys were playing a while back, and I just didn't bother picking it up. But it's really fun. Like, I've had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Foo?
Are you not?
I was refilling my Naruto.
Okay.
It'll look weird on camera.
Yeah, you're like doing this to the camera. I was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Oh, I was holding this and I was like,
So Hades is like a Greek gods themed, like a roguelike. Excuse me, it's like a roguelite because there is some progression that you get to do through it, and you unlock some permanent protection. But it's definitely like a repeated run kind of thing. But the really cool thing about it is one of the things that you do in it as you go through and repeatedly run the the game part of it, or whatever. You unlock like a ton of story, and the characters are fun. The voice acting's good, and more important than that, and as much as I enjoy a good story, which is really unusual with a roguelite, right? You normally don't get a lot of story, and this is actually really...
Talk about porn or video games?
It's a video game.
Oh, okay.
Although those two things, I suppose, don't need to necessarily...
I know, you're talking about doing it for the story. I'm like...
No, well, with a roguelike game,
Yeah.
you normally don't get a lot of story, right? Because it's usually just kind of the same thing over... Like, for example, FTL, which is one of the best games really ever. I thoroughly enjoyed that game back in the day. There's not a story going on. It's just you just play the game. This is a little bit different in that there's a really quite complicated and a bunch of little mini story arcs going on at the same time. It's really quite good. It's a really fun game, but as important to that is like the controls. The controls are really good and smooth, and the weapons are, and the builds that you can do are quite varied because as you go through there, you get boons from various gods and goddesses which are kind of like special moves and upgrades to your equipment and damage and that kind of thing, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're on Steam, it's a pretty cheap game too, actually, and I've sunk a lot of time into it at this point. And it's a lot of fun. So Hades, very highly rated. I'm enjoying it. I've beaten it a bunch of times now, and I'm still going back and playing it over and over again because you still unlock more story as you're going through. It's fun, and it's like $25, something like that. It's like in the days of $60, console games and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool to see a small indie developer do well, make a good game.
I bought a thing.
Oh, what?
I jumped on the post-hype PS Vita hype in our Discord, and I got myself one.
You got a PS Vita? Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna hack the shit out of it, and put my favoritist games on there. Apparently, PS2 is not emulatable yet, or I don't think it runs on the Vita. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably PS1, Super Nintendo, Dreamcast for sure. So,
It was good times.
Mm-hmm.
I had a PSP back in high school that I like. I think that was. I honestly think that may have been the last handheld I had was my PSP in high school.
Yeah.
There was a physics class also, and then like when I was in physics, there was another physics class next door, and so me and like three of my friends between the two classes would play FIFA on the school Wi-Fi during class.
Cool. That's good. I have not seen a modern... Well, speaking of PlayStation, though, I've been looking around for a freaking PS5. Impossible to find. I even tried during Black Friday a little bit, and or Cyber Monday rather. Did not land one, sadly. Oh, Festy. That's exactly what I was just talking about. I tried. I did give it a whack, and I have not been able to nail one down. I would love to get a PS5 because my PS4 is... Do you remember when the PS4 came out? Like what year that was?
6 years ago? 13 or 14, I think it came out.
Oh, it's got to be at least that. I was thinking it was before that.
I don't think so. They came out PS4 November 15th, 2013.
So I didn't buy mine immediately. I bought mine a couple months late.
They just came out with two updated versions.
Yeah. They've continued to re-release them, whatever. But mine's one of the old models before all the sub models came out.
The PS4 Pro and all that.
Every time I would get a game, I have to go through and weed out the hard drive. Every time, and even when I do, and I'm able to apply, the game and patches and all that sort of junk, it runs like dog shit the last couple of years. Like I try to launch Plex or whatever is going on, and it just takes, forever. It's like running a Pentium these days or something. It's so bad. So bad. It drives me crazy. So yeah, I've been really looking forward to the PS5 for a couple of years now, and I now they're out and I still can't find one. It sucks.
Yep, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're probably right. Now you'd think here before the holidays they'd be like busting ass, right, to get them out so they can sell them.
Somebody's buying them.
The jerk store. The jerk store is buying lots of them.
Yeah.
And turn around selling them for $1,500 on eBay, I'm sure. And when it comes there, it's just a box.
A box of rocks.
Do they still do that? Because that was definitely a thing back in the day for eBay.
Well, and not so much eBay too, but also Best Buy, because they would get freaking returns and people would return bricks.
Yeah, right.
And they started weighing them.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid people.
Yes.
But let's kill it.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think that's all I got for this week as well. Everybody, thank you very much for coming out this week. Thank you for just being cool and showing up. And sorry we missed last week again, but these things happen. Hey, this week, try to pick somebody. Be cool with them. Just gotta be nice. There's a lot of people having a hard time out there these days. It would just be cool if you
and
one of
if
our
there's a
hooligans
pimp in your area, go see them because it is also hard out here for pimps.
It is hard out there.
Well, trying to pay the rent, right?
That's right.
And remember, we're all in this together. Oh, hey, before we go.
Oh, God. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I forgot. I have a story about flatulence.
I can't wait to hear your story about flatulence.
No, it's not what you think.
Okay.
Researchers, by some lucky of strike or whatever, found that, hang on. A lot of the gas emissions come from cows. We know this.
Yes, right.
So,
as a Texan, I agree.
So here's another thing. It's not so much a tree hugger story as they started looking into why that's happening to the cows. Dude, they found that a huge percentage of the grain and food that they're eating, they're not processing. So that energy goes out, right? Yeah. So
it's all their gut flora, right? Consuming some of that stuff.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, but the cow's not getting any of the energy. It's just being, pooped out itself. Right. So they found that some kind of seaweed, by adding 1% into their daily food intake, 1% of this seaweed just sprinkled on this, up to 98% reduction in gas emission.
What?
And the food that they're giving them, they can give them less food because it's being processed by their digestive system way better, and they're getting all the energy, so you get bigger cows.
Take that, vegetarians.
I'm like,
checkmate.
All right, so here's the thing.
That's the thing.
This is already happening in Australia. And they're saying that we could drop greenhouse emissions by a fuck ton if this cheap and simple thing was just given to the cows, right? So it's so promising that there are hundreds of these farms. They're off the coast of California, in Hawaii. There's only certain places it has to be a tropical area where this seaweed, kelp, whatever it is, it grows, right? So there's these farms that are farming this stuff out. But I was amazed that 98% drop. That's like giving the cow some Beano.
Yeah, that is like giving some Beano.
Good to go.
Sure.
That was the thing, is that anyone who has read into this, that's like, if you're reading this, it's pretty common knowledge there was an issue with their feed, but didn't know about the seaweed thing. That is fucking
That's super
Yeah.
cool.
Because my
Yeah.
thing was obviously the easy solution would be stop feeding. Why don't you feed them shit they could actually digest? Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the same problem with chickens too. Like
yeah.
Well,
they
it's
get like sick.
So Scott's saying that's because they're not supposed to eat grain. That's true. They're not
Sure.
supposed to eat grain, but that's also
Yeah.
not really the problem because they have 4 stomachs in order to eat grass because grass is hard to break down, and they
Right.
need additional time and additional different bacteria and shit to
Like-
break down the cellulose into something they can actually use. But even when they are eating just grass, they're still farting
Right.
a lot because that's got
Yes.
a lot of byproduct.
That's just how their digestive system works. And yeah, I was just amazed to see. And the one thing I didn't know about was the energy consumption and process that the cow does when it eats, and how much of it is just going to waste.
Yeah.
So that is like a triple win for farmers, because you add 1% of this, seaweed into their food that you are already getting, and you get less flatulence out of the cow. They're healthier, and they are requiring less food because they're processing it and absorbing it better.
Yeah.
Like
That was a lot
You
of the, and it was part of the issue with chickens. Somewhat of a parallel example, but the whole like eating corn-based feed, they don't natively digest that shit, so they get sick and they give them antibiotics, and so
Right.
it's like, yeah, let them.
Yeah, I mean, chickens are basically little velociraptors when you set them loose, right? They're supposed to be eating bugs and worms and shit.
Bugs and
not
grass,
chicken, or not corn and grain and stuff, right?
But it keeps them heavy.
Yeah. But
So-
anyway, it does, and that is the problem, because Scott's not wrong. He said cows plus grass equal delicious meat. That is true.
yeah,
But one of the things you don't get with when you get totally grass raised and finished beef, it's much leaner. Like it's a lot leaner, and it's a
Yep.
little stronger flavored. And some people don't like that. Some people like the juicier, fattier meat that you get when they at least finish them with grass, but they've been
Right.
raised on grain. You get nicer steaks, unfortunately. But you're not
Yep.
wrong. I don't disagree with you. Don't hear me as saying that I disagree with you. But there's something to be said about having some nice marbled steak too.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Did you see the thing Eric D posted in the Discord? They have Wagyu steaks at Costco now.
Yeah. Or it's not. I don't think it's truly Wagyu, but I think it's the other Americanized version. But yes.
Woohoo,
Still
woohoo, goo.
$100. It's still $100 a pound.
Yeah.
Woohoo, goo, goo, goo.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's good.
right,
I'm
that
glad
was
to
it.
finish on steaks and gas. That's a good way to
Yes.
finish the show.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, everybody. You guys
right.
stay safe out there. Enjoy your week. We'll catch you next week. Deuces. Wow.